And we're live. What's
Hey,
up,
everyone?
What's up?
Jon
What's up,
Peters,
guys?
Peters is here.
It's great to be here.
Oh, I didn't get the memo. We were saying that together.
I thought you didn't see the email?
I did not see the email. I'm sorry.
Yep, so Jon Peters is
Jon
here.
Peters is here,
There you go.
guys.
We said it together.
I see
right.
my son Michael's here. I want to give a shout out to him.
Beautiful.
He's in college.
Hey, there you go.
Hey, Michael.
The more the merrier.
Yeah. This is we barely have more than 6 people in here usually. John, you screwed up coming on this show. This is a waste of your time. You guys weren't supposed to tell him that yet.
Not yet. Let him find out on his own.
Right. Hey, my YouTube page doesn't tell me how many are here now.
Oh, really?
What the heck?
Oh, I guess mine doesn't either.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I see it on the official AWP channel because that's where I'm streaming from.
No.
Mine shows
Okay.
20 watching. That's pretty low, actually. Let's get some. Someone take their shirt off. Let's get some people in here. That's how you get it. You take your clothes off.
We're trying to get people
No.
not lose.
Oh, there we
people,
go.
Mike.
It's there now.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, we don't want them to bounce out. You're right. Keep your clothes on. Pete,
Hey,
put on a parka. We need to get
I should
some
put more
viewers in.
clothes on. I honestly did.
Yeah,
So
people-
it's been really cold in your shop, hasn't it? Because I feel like every time I see you in a story or video or live, you're like
Dude,
bundled.
I am freezing all the time.
I am
I-
so jealous right now. It has been hot and humid still in November. What the heck?
My truck was frozen over this morning. I had to get out my ice scraper to take my kid to school. It was a nightmare.
I don't know where you're at, Dan.
Omaha, Nebraska.
All right.
Corn
Yeah, it was
country.
75 today.
Ford country.
Corn
Is that-
country. Ford as well. Ford country.
Ford country. Them's fighting words. You better
Ford
watch
and
it.
Ford.
Dang.
And
Langley
then-
got snow. That's
And then
crazy.
John's in the South Jersey, but South.
South Jersey, yeah.
Still the
It's
South.
beautiful. It was 70 degrees today.
Oh, this whole week.
I'm
has
ready
been-
for 40 degrees and a little frosty morning.
I don't know. I'll take
It's
this.
been
week.
nice. No, I like this weather. This is nice. It is frustrating having to spray finish a bunch of pieces when it's this cold. I had to like crank the heater up in the spray booth way high, but
Do you have
It's
those
fine.
oil heaters or? You're
yeah,
rocking
the
something
radiant
else?
heaters are perfect for in the spray booth.
That's right. 'cause
They
they're
don't
not
create a
blowing-
draft.
You're
They don't
right.
create a draft. They just heat up everything. It's perfect for in
And
there,
they're not a massive fire hazard because I have an orange burning
right.
element.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not just spraying aerosol into the air that just ignites all the time, so it's good.
Genuine question. How
another-
safe are those things?
Not in a spray
Very
booth.
Well, no, not the
Oh.
spray, not like the oil heater that you're using, Mike. Like,
Oh,
how safe are
Super
those?
safe. You can knock it over. It's fine. They have auto shutoffs now.
I feel like that's
They're
what I
great.
need.
They're
I
cheap
need
too.
At least one more heater in the shop if I don't get a mini split.
I think I did the math on it, and it was like based on how much it draws. This is total nerd stuff, but I like it's like 3.5 cents a minute or 3.5 cents an hour to run the thing or something like
Oh,
that.
that's
It's super
nothing.
cheap. To
I'll
use,
take
Whoa,
it.
so it's-
money bags. Calm down.
I know.
Weird flex.
Weird flex, Mike.
Jeez.
Anyway, Pat Lap official on the screen. Yeah, it does. Why does it say that?
Oh,
You didn't edit.
Last
Put me
week.
back on the show.
It's from Jackman's. Let me change.
Yeah,
that
we
up.
took you off, and Jackman was like, "Put up Pat Lap official."
I think we're
fully
shock and awing John, guys. Let's let him talk. I think John's like, "What did I
I'm
do?
listening.
I made a horrible mistake." Oh man. Does John get to talk this episode? Yeah, exactly. That's a
sorry,
question.
we're kinda- yeah.
That's so
Sorry,
funny.
John.
See, that's why I
we
give
haven't
you
seen
the-
each other in 2 weeks. We're all hot and heavy for each other now.
Yeah,
So
we really have not talked.
Heavy panting.
But John,
yeah, we haven't really talked
How
much
are
either.
you?
Usually we talk. Yeah, John, what you got going on? Talk to us. Hit us up with all the big news.
I'm good. I'm finishing up a big project, posting it tomorrow, and just like a lot of work coming to the end, and
That
that's always
feels
a nice
good.
feeling.
Yeah, for sure. Can you
Where
talk about
are
what
you
it
posting
is?
it? Are you just posting it everywhere, or
Yeah, it'll go up on YouTube, and so what I'm trying to do now is create furniture builds that are like a class. So I'll sell the plans, and
Smart.
then the YouTube video is free, and it's going to be 25 minutes long, and it basically just walks right through the project. So a lot of people will do similar things with a paywall, and I just haven't done that because I'm not organized enough to do it, and I kind of like just putting it out there on YouTube anyway. The only downside
Yeah.
about putting it up on YouTube is the advertisements, right? So if somebody's
Yeah.
building a piece of furniture and they have to rewind, I can't get around the advertisements because I thought about doing like a separate subscription-based thing, but without doing something like Vimeo, I'd still get advertisements, even if I demonetized the video.
That was my question.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's something I'm looking into, like kind of posting the same content. but
I
with
did
more.
I did a class. I did a pricing class through my website, and what I did is I have Squarespace, but it has a members area, and I just
Okay.
renamed it to a class. I just made it classes instead of members, and each membership has its own setup. So I've got another class already done. This one was like pricing your work, and actually Pete was actually moderated that for me.
I wasn't invited.
Yeah, you were. Dan
You didn't
offered
pay.
very little, so yeah, you didn't pay.
You
No.
had the option.
But I was able that with Squarespace, you're able to host, or they host. I don't know, it was like 200 gigs or something like that of video on there. So
Okay.
I was able to put like a 2-hour class up there, and then people pay for that class, and it's nice. They can go back anytime and watch it. So that's an option. It's not. There's no like really ideal solution from what I can see. It looks like maybe you can use what's that online class you can pay?
Masterclass?
Yeah,
Skillshare.
Skillshare.
Yeah.
Skillshare is the one I say. Yeah, I think some of those are it, but they take a huge cut. It's kind of tough to give them that much money of your stuff.
I think I'll do something like what you're talking about, or something through Vimeo at some point. But my strong point isn't tech, and in fact, I love woodworking. What I don't like is everything that comes with the making videos,
Business.
Instagram. I like it. I like the community and like doing all of that stuff. But just organizing all the content that you make. At some point, I'd like to be able to shuffle that off to something or someone else.
Yeah,
And just
absolutely.
focus on, because I do think that we are missing out on the journey of the mission because we're spending too much time talking about it in life. And I'm guilty of it. I do it. I mean, that's what we do. But it used to be kind of wonderful just listening to the radio and working all day.
Yeah, it gets
The good old
like
days.
having to like stop and record everything and push the content out. It really saps the joy out of it sometimes.
But it's trust me, it's great to share it and all.
Yeah.
But it would be nice. I think it'd be great to work with a team where you kind of
Yeah.
had
That's the
somebody
dream.
doing some of that, and then you could actually you could communicate with the people who are following you through video chats during lunch breaks, which I think would be more personal and less disruptive to your workflow.
Yeah.
Maybe.
That'd be really nice.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a thought.
Speaking of building a
Dream.
team, have you already kind of started that? Did I see that one of your sons is working with you?
So my son Walter is now a woodworker. He works for a company called Timber, and they do really high-end, all kinds of stuff. A lot of CNC. Right now, they're doing a huge white oak project. But so he works for somebody else. He works 40 hours a week. But he has worked with me on projects, and he does come out in the shop. He can use every tool in the shop. He's a technical guy, and he's also a tool guy. So you could ask me about some of the tools I have, and I won't know the serial numbers. I'll just know how to use the tool, where he knows everything about the tool. And that's just the kind of person he is. So maybe one day we'll do something together. And then my younger son is into real estate. And when he graduates college, maybe we'll do something, because he's a real hard worker. All three of the boys are real hard workers. And I call them boys, but they're all men now. My youngest boy is 21. My oldest is 25.
Nice.
They'll always be boys.
Yeah, the three boys.
The three boys.
The boys. That's what we call ourselves, and we're adults. We call ourselves the AWP boys. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
We can call him and his sons, Dirty John and the boys.
Dirty John. Yeah. We're Dirty Mike and the boys.
Boys will be boys. Let's see here. I actually haven't brought in any questions. Let me do that real quick. Let me pull in all the questions and
Do
stuff.
you remember how to do it? Because Pete could show you.
I'm
an expert now.
I'm a mess.
See, John,
Not based on what I listened to last week.
Mike does the audio clips. He does the soundboard and audio clips, and I was not ready. We started, and I was like, "Oh, that's right. I have to do audio too, because I do the."
I was
stream
not
and
here last
everything.
week,
I was
yeah.
not ready for it at all. But now I'm
These
ready.
guys have jobs. I just show up because I'm the talent.
Yes,
Something.
he's the fine piece of butt that we bring on the show to bring all the ladies. Oh, the lady. Kayla watches. Kayla doesn't watch. She doesn't watch.
Kayla don't watch this trash.
Kayla don't watch.
Was 130 last week, right? Episode
Yeah,
130?
we're
Yeah.
131,
Okay.
which is kind of crazy. 131 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah. We started this the week of lockdown. The week lockdown
Well,
started.
you all met at Workbench Con, huh?
They met at Workbench Con. I was just a guy they met on the internet.
Wow.
True.
Could have been a murderer.
Most of
I
the
think
guys
I
in my
was
life
at
are
that.
guys I met. Yeah, you were at WorkbenchCon 2020. You were there.
Yeah. I was at that
You were there
one.
for sure. Yep.
It was good.
We were
was good.
nobodies back then.
Everything
And
changed.
still aren't.
Everything definitely changed. Are you going to share?
Probably. I think Walter will want to go, so I think we'll go together. It'll be fun.
Exciting. Yeah.
So that's fun. He's like a good. He's like he knows a lot more about social media, and he's following a lot more people than I am. Or not that he's following them, but I guess he's more engaged.
Right.
And, so we had a
He's
great
tied
time at
in.
Makers Camp. Yeah, he's definitely
Yeah.
tied in.
That's cool.
Oh yeah, that's
it's
right.
wild.
You had your son at Makers Camp. I forgot about that.
Yeah. And it's pretty wild because a lot of people will say, how do you get your kids into woodworking? And
All the time.
none of them really had a major interest at all, but they always helped. They always worked
That's cool.
for me. Whatever the project was, whether it was a construction project, a landscaping project, and now they're all pretty handy. And
That's
Walter
awesome.
has a real passion for it.
Do you, was that like a hope for you when you
No.
got going?
No,
No.
I just wanted them
None
to
of
be happy, do whatever they want. I wanted them to be productive people with a passion, no matter what they do.
Right.
And,
That's always the goal with the kid.
Everybody needs a
Yeah.
hobby.
Yeah, but at the same time, I couldn't bear to let them like watch TV if I was out there working on something on a beautiful day. I wanted to help. I needed to help. Well, I didn't really need it. I could probably do it myself, but I wanted to help. And they're, the older they got, the bigger and stronger they got. So they helped out.
Meanwhile, my son is behind me playing video games.
Well, my kids did video games too.
Yeah.
Your kid's a kid.
It's all about
Let him be a kid.
balance.
Yeah.
I'm joking.
His
Ish.
kid's a little older.
Why don't you have a job, John? Oh yeah, his name's John as well.
But with a silent H.
Right.
No, there's no H.
Oh, there is not. Oh.
It's Jon, just like Jon Peters.
Oh wow, cool.
So
I named my son after you, John. That's how much of a fan I am.
Is it Jonathan?
Yeah, it's Jonathan.
Yeah, that's my oldest son's name. We call him Jack.
Nice.
Jack is my son's name, but we call him John. No, I'm
Is
just
that
kidding.
right?
No, we just call him Jack.
I feel really left out. I have no sons.
I wanted to name him Daniel, but my wife wouldn't let me. She's like, that's a little narcissistic. So I named him Jonathan Daniel. So I win still.
So he's JD.
Yeah.
There you
All
go.
right. That's
I
what I'm
could
gonna
call him Jack, and then he'd be Jack Daniel.
do. There you go, Dan.
That's it. Sorry, John. You're now Jack.
Changing
Yeah.
your name
FYI.
right now on the podcast. Let's see.
Speaking of Jack Daniel.
Speaking of.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm drinking Corona. Corona Premier.
Wait,
It's
is that
like
different?
water with a hint of Corona.
Wait, Premier is a thing?
Yeah. It's their low carb beer.
I thought that was Corona Light.
Nope. Premier. Low carbs, low calories.
So what's the calorie count?
90?
Oh, it's less
Low-ish.
than a Michelob Ultra, whatever.
I don't know.
Miller 90, 50.
Whatever.
This is a really cool conversation, but let's get into questions.
light beer reviews.
Yeah, light beer reviews with AWP. The worst. let's. Oh, actually, I should probably take over the audio. So, John, I'm just going to play these questions, and
Don't you dare
we're
answer them.
not going to answer them. We're just going to listen to them for when we listen to them again on the podcast, so we have them in the back of our heads. So, we got 2 questions in. One is from Daniel Taylor.
Good morning, AWP.
Wow,
Or
coming in
evening,
hot.
Depending on when you're listening. Anyways, hi guys, this is Daniel with Taylor Custom Crafted. First time caller, long time listener. Hi Mike, I'm so glad to see that the train is back on the rails. Anyways, that's not important. What is important to me right now is I finally got a logo so I can start creating my brand, building an empire, taking over the world. Anyways, I need hats, t-shirts, stickers, swag, whatever you want to call it these days. Where did you go? Where did you get yours from? Who do you recommend? Can you fill me in? Peace.
Wow,
This guy's way
that
too much
guy
energy for how bad
yeah.
my day has been. I need him
What
to
the
calm
heck?
down.
Dial it back about 50. Play him at 50% volume.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull the volume down and run the speed at about 75%.
Actually,
Wait, I don't
it's
edit anymore. That's Dan's job.
Notes
Dan,
taken. I got you.
50% volume, 75% speed.
I got
Calm
you.
that guy down. I want that guy to sound like he just took 4 Ambien.
You gotta hurt your neck.
Where do you get your stickers? This next question is from Thomas. He is from France. He's got a wonderful accent. He has his own music, John. Our fans are crazy.
French.
Hey guys, it's Thomas here. Okay, so I have 2 questions. The first one is fast. John, I saw you using this UV curing hardwax oil in one of your videos, and I found it very interesting, but you did not use it in the later video. Why? Also, you said the lamp can be expensive. I think you said that, but you could easily build one yourself. I actually made one with my brother, and it's super easy. You just need a UV LED chip, a DC step-up, and a fan, and also a battery. Alright, now the long one. Take a deep breath. Relax. It's gonna be alright. Ready? So, I'd like everyone's opinion on content making, especially YouTube. First, a little context to my question. I started making YouTube video when I used to fly freestyle drone. I'm not talking about DJI drone, but completely manual, high power and really agile drones. Each time I would fly, I would carefully choose a song that would match the style of the flight, but also match the spot where I flew. Then I would edit everything, and the music, flight and transitions had to be synchronized. I stopped flying during the COVID thing, sold all my stuff and started woodworking, but I still make videos because for me it's almost half the fun. And I still apply the same editing rules. It sometimes takes me days to edit a video, and sometimes I wonder if it's worth it because, well, not much people watch them. Then I look at DRStar's videos where there is little to none edit and they are great. So is the content more important than the way it's delivered?
Good question.
And then I also watch Paul Jackman case where the content is great and the way it's delivered is perfect in my opinion. So
Calm
yeah,
down.
I guess it also depends
He's
on
already got a big
the
enough
kind
head.
of video you make, and like John, you do more of a tutorial like video while Dan does more of a entertainment like video, I think. Alright, sorry guys, it was a long one. Please debate. Merci, à plus.
And not to worry, John. Oh.
But I can get rid of it. I'm stuck with the accent.
And not to worry, John, he does send in a transcript so we know exactly what he's asking.
All right.
And I also type up the show notes of all the questions, so you'll get a quick synopsis of it. I mean, also, Tomas, don't apologize. I feel really bad that you used up all those international minutes calling that in. Just saying.
Yeah. 1-800 call collect. What was it? What was the
phone cards?
Oh man. Anyway, there was a question in the chat for John from 71 Woodshop, Aaron. We have seen your artwork, John. How did art turn into woodworking?
Good question.
Am I answering?
Oh
this
yeah,
now?
yeah, yeah.
Yes, yeah, for sure.
Okay. How did art turn into woodworking? I learned how to woodwork by working for a company called The Woodworker when I was in high school at a work study program. And after high school, I went to art school, and I found that basically everything that you make starts with some kind of structure. So I had a leg up because I knew how to build things. And then slowly but surely, I started making more art than woodworking because I was selling my art for more than my woodworking. And then so in the late 90s, I think, we opened up a gallery, and I did mostly art except for making frames for my paintings and for other people's paintings. Also making sculpture pedestals and paintings that would be structural paintings. And then I got back into woodworking when I started YouTube because I really loved making furniture, but I was just making more art and making more furniture and making more frames, picture frames.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of money in picture frames for not that much work.
Interesting.
I'm listening.
Yeah.
Go on.
Well, to the right clients. So a lot of my clients are in New York City, so I'd be framing paintings that were $100,000 paintings.
Right.
So you're not
That makes
putting
sense.
a $100 painting on a $100,000 painting. And part of it was the frames were really good in my view, but also there's a trust element when somebody gives you the painting to handle the painting and also frame it and then get it back to them and then install it. So it was as much as like art handling and framing and all of that.
I see.
Wow.
So I still do the art.
You built a reputation. You built a reputation for yourself and had a clientele, and that was a thing.
So we had a brick and mortar space for 20 years, and I still am in the art. I'm still in the art business without the overhead.
Right.
So I still make paintings for people. I still work with interior designers. I don't do a lot about that on YouTube because the videos don't do just tank pretty much. And also it's sort of like, I wouldn't want one of my clients who just spent $10,000 on a painting to sort of see exactly how I do it.
Right.
You know,
I've turned that way about client builds too. Like I don't even want to cover it in content anymore. I don't want to show like how the cow's butchered or whatever that phrase is.
I understand. Yeah.
You can stick your head up a bull's ass, but you wouldn't want to see how a cow is butchered.
I forget, that's from some movie, isn't it?
Tommy Boy.
Yeah, Tommy Boy. That's
welcome to AWP, John.
great movie. I love that
content.
movie. So yeah, so the art and the woodworking are totally combined, and I'll always say to everybody that or anybody who asks, all of my paintings start on the table saw.
Interesting.
Because I build a painting as much as I paint a painting.
So you
Even if
coat
it's
the
a-
blade with paint, turn on the 220.
It's always a structure. It's always like French cleats. You know, a lot of my paintings hang on French cleats.
Right.
Yeah, I think I told you at Maker Camp one of your more influential videos on me was one of your art pieces, and it's one of the things that I remember most about your videos. It looked something like that thing you have behind you. It had a star on it, like that.
Yeah. So that star is aluminum leaf on paper, and the star that I had made a video and I took it down because it didn't do well, and I thought, why
Oh,
am I
you took
putting
that
this up
down?
here?
Oh man.
Yeah. I might put it up one day. I don't know. But yeah, it just died. I put it up, it died, and I thought, why am I letting this? I'll just stick with woodworking. So
Well, I for one enjoyed that video a lot.
Well, thank you. The first painting that I made like that was like maybe in 2000, and it was 25 steel boxes. And to remove the paint and make it look beat up, I set it on fire, and then I hit it with the grinder and things like that. And we put it in the gallery, and it sold that weekend. And then my wife's like, "You got to make more of those." So people kind of know me for making those stars.
As
and bars
wives do.
things. Yeah. So I make them still. And I like making them. My dad was a pilot. We used to go to the air shows all the time. So he wasn't a fighter pilot, but that was part of my childhood is like going through airfields and seeing the stars and bars and the British Rondelle. And I have a feeling that those symbols mean something to me. And I thought, well, who knows what art is? I don't care if it's art or not. It just looks cool. So I'm going to make one kind of thing like that.
It's important to you. That makes it art. And you made it. I mean, I don't know. That's art. That's awesome. I want to today. When we get into the show, I want to like
get into.
I want to like. I want to get in. I want to kind of like go over what you just kind of your background with art and how that's transitioned into where you're at now. And I mean, you're still in art, so that's a very interesting approach. I really like that. For lack of a better phrase, origin story, but it's really cool. I mean, it's really cool. I really like that. It's really cool. So yeah. Anyway, what else we got going on for this week, guys?
What's our pet peeve? Journey. Your woodworking journey.
Yeah, the journey. Your woodworking journey.
Like our pet peeve word.
Yeah, that's a good one.
No thanks.
But like, I mean,
it's your truth.
That's what it is.
It's your woodworking truth.
Is there any other questions or that's it?
No, it's just
that was the only one in the chat so far.
Okay. Yeah. If you guys have any questions, make sure to throw them in. Maybe we can squeeze them in before the episode. Oh, am I missing a chat?
I think we're good. I mean, we can.
Honestly, we're gonna just grill him on questions.
Yeah, we're gonna just go deep on questions on John. So,
we're going deep on John. There's something I didn't think I'd hear tonight.
Oh God. I knew Dan could figure out how to ruin the show. Hey.
That's what I do.
That's what he comes in.
And I'm good at it.
He's the one-liner guy.
Something. He's 3/4 line.
Barely a guy.
Barely a guy.
That's rude. True. I just realized like all my tool stuff is still on me.
Is that what you're
Ran
saying?
Straight in. Yeah, I was like, oh, this hurts. It's my freaking tape measure.
Got a tape measure up your butt.
Are you in Northern California, Mike?
Yeah, I am. I'm between like I don't know if you're familiar, but between Sacramento and Tahoe. I'm in the foothills. I got property. Yeah, betwixt. I got some property out here for my shop, and it's nice.
He's got oceanfront property in Arizona.
You were on the tractor last week. Was it construction work or
no?
Work?
I had to drop. So I'm trying to put an apple orchard in on the top side of my property above my shop. I want to put like 30 apple trees up there. Nice. So I dropped about 25. Someone had planted some coastal pines, and there's not enough moisture here. Like it's kind of like a moisture. It stays. We get some pretty socked in here. The fog comes in and kind of stays, but it's in the summer. It still gets really hot. So these trees have just been struggling hard, and the guys have seen them. They're just in bad shape. So I tore all of them down and cut them all up and put them into piles, and that's what I use my tractor for. So I got this big grapple bucket for it, and I just grabbed everything. I got a Branson. I never heard of him either. My buddy is a contractor, and he's like, you should check out. I wanted it for my business because I wanted something with good lifting capacity to offload my. Because I get a lot of deliveries for wood and stuff. I wanted something I could offload the deliveries for, and it has a really high lift. It's 2,200 pound lifting capacity on a subcompact. So it'll do a ton. So it's really nice for unloading wood. But it's just a beefy tractor. It's like a 25 horsepower that's on a 35 horsepower chassis. And it's just nice. It's big. And I really want to get like a 55 horsepower in a couple years, but for right now it's going to hold me over for a while. So it's been a good tractor, but they got bought out by TYM. I don't know if you've seen TYM tractors.
It sounds familiar.
They're another Korean tractor company. But they I guess they kind of merged or something, but this tractor's been fantastic. I love time on the tractor. It's the best. Are
you
really
very
nice.
Mechanical? Can you keep it running, or do you need some help?
No, I can definitely do the work on the tractor. I used to have before I got into woodworking, I was into motorcycles, and under the hood of a car, I get pretty intimidated. But these simple machines like motorcycles and tractors, I'm pretty confident in. So if I have a diagram in front of me, I can make my way around there. I do all my maintenance on there and anything I need to do for that. So
Great.
yeah, it's great. I love it. It's super fun. But yeah, just I was trying to get some clearing in. I was getting everything into piles because we couldn't burn out here. California is like a big tinderbox for the last few years. Like we just get all these big fires all the time. It's been bad. So we haven't been able to burn it all, but they actually just lifted the burn restrictions last night because we got like 2 inches of rain yesterday. It was crazy. We got so much rain. And then, this morning I woke up, it was like 24 degrees. So the weather is changing fast. It went from summer to like a week and a half of fall, and now we're straight into winter. It's pretty nuts. Today the high was like 46 or something like that. It was sweet.
So you'll just call the fire marshal and get a burn permit for the day?
No, I get it for the seat. So I get 2 permits. I get like the air. So you have to get an air quality permit, the air quality board permit, and then Pete is quiet. You're muted, buddy.
I said, California.
Yeah, you have to get the air quality permit to burn, and then I get my big burn permit because I have property. You have to get a separate permit because I do burn piles over 6 foot by 6 foot.
Yep.
So I get the big pile because I'll just push a bunch of stuff together into a pile, clear around it with the tractor, and just throw a match on it and walk away. I like big bonfires. It's fun. So
walks away in slow-mo away from the fire.
Slow-mo. All the back of my clothes get burned off. It's pretty wild. No. Yeah, I love doing big burn piles. It's nice. I don't know. I was hoping I could get some going this weekend, but there's just
we were there for one of them.
Yeah, that was fun, huh?
That was fun. But it was pretty wet.
The burning?
Yeah.
Yeah. All the burning. It tastes like burning. Yeah. Dan was
amazing. It's amazing.
I was a fan of the burning, not of the working.
Yeah, I noticed.
I like the work. It's
Me too.
amazing how much material you can get rid of with a good fire.
It's amazing. It's unreal. You have like piles and piles of crap, and it's just gone. And you just have this pile of ash, and everything's taken care of. It's really nice. I love it.
And once it gets hot enough, because you were putting down like semi-wet trees, like
totally wet. It'll
burn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been able to burn all summer in the fire pit. You know, there's a couple local guys that come and pick up my offcuts. Like they come by, I just call them and tell them, hey, I got offcuts. Come grab whatever you can. What?
Does the big burn permit come on a giant poster like a publisher's clearinghouse check?
Yeah, it's giant. It's oversized. It's they
Ed
have to
McMahon comes knocking on your door.
Yeah, it comes in on a trailer. They have to bring it down. It's laminated. It's pretty dope.
Does it have like a Prop 96 sticker or whatever? Prop 90, whatever. The one.
No, it's just the 65.
65, everything gives you cancer.
Yeah, if you get this permit, it gives you cancer. No, it doesn't, Pete. That's really insensitive. No, it's actually just a PDF you download offline.
Oh, that's lame.
That is lame.
Like my light went out, but that won't affect the.
No, you're good. You look great.
Still
All right,
handsome.
cool. Yeah, my light.
I can turn mine off too if it helps.
She's self-conscious. Quick, everyone, lights off.
No, I don't remember what I was talking about.
Can we just shine a light through the camera?
I love burn piles. That's the end of it.
Yeah, I love burn piles too.
Oh, I was saying my offcuts. I've got a couple of guys that come and pick up offcuts, and one of them came today, and I was like, "You got here at the right time, dude, because this is all about to be burned up." I have like 8 100-gallon trash bins just full of offcuts that we've been burning all day long. We just go through so much wood here; it's ridiculous. So, anyway. It felt good to burn. I burned like 3 of those today. It was really nice to get those gone and not have just piles of wood on the side of my shop.
You make so many offcuts. It's crazy.
It's ridiculous.
Like you make in a month what I make in a year. No, you make in 2 weeks what I make in a year.
I think I'd probably do that in a week or 2. Yeah. I have an entire truckload of wood coming tomorrow.
Jeez.
I have 50 sheets of hardwood ply and like 2 or 2,500 board feet of lumber coming. It's stupid tomorrow.
God.
We have so much a bunch of walnut, a bunch of white oak, a bunch of maple, a bunch of
is that Cavian?
cherry.
Or
no, that's from Macbeth. This isn't salvage. This is all traditional domestic.
Free range.
Traditionally acquired. Yeah. This is just for anyway. trying to find an acacia. I need to find some acacia really bad. I can't find anyone who has acacia out here. It's super frustrating.
Why do you need that? That's very specific.
A customer wants a countertop with acacia. It's going to be very expensive. Stuff's like
it's going to
$22
cost
a board
you.
foot plus.
Isn't that the stuff you can get at IKEA though?
Acacia?
I think that's what. Yeah.
But I don't think it's
they
actual
have-
wood there, is it? I don't think it's
I don't
depends
know.
on what you get.
I'm not sure.
John, what do you stock
just-
up on your wood in Jersey? What do you get it from?
I go to a place called
Lumber liquidators.
Monteith Lumber.
Oh, you go to Monteith.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I go to Monteith.
Yeah, I've been there a couple
Have
times.
you been there?
Yeah, I have. Good
Yeah,
selection.
nice people, good selection. I don't buy a ton of lumber, so I'm not as price conscious because it's not like I'm doing a huge job. It's mostly a small piece of furniture. This last piece of furniture was made mostly with offcuts. So, yeah, I have friends who buy a lot of lumber and they really price it out, where if I have to spend a little bit, it's just the convenience of going to Monteith. And if I have to,
Yeah, and if you have a
there,
relationship there, it's not even worth like trying to build, like going to, it's not worth value shopping if you have a relationship there. It doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, they're just really great people, and I can call Eddie anytime and say, hey, this is what I'm looking for. Can you put some boards aside for me? And so it's
That's
easy.
nice.
Awesome.
I
That's really good.
typically don't call anywhere else. I have a good working relationship with my hardwood vendors, so I get everything from them pretty much. Sometimes when wood's getting really weird, I'll call a couple other places because
Hey, Ricky,
sometimes
you got that
one
straight
place will-
walnut?
well, sometimes they'll get the land rates. The land rates will be different because if walnut's in the middle of a fluctuation and shooting up or something, like I can get it for $12 at one place, and in another place they'll have it for $8 because they have old wood that they're trying to sell out. So
Sure.
it just depends on the land rate and the land date. So, but typically it's pretty much equitable. So
I believe John's son has a question for John.
Oh.
Has any of your boys dropped their new hatchet on one of your woodworking pieces, John?
Yeah, it's funny. I built something for my wife years ago, and it was a Christmas thing. And that same Christmas, my son Walter got a hatchet, and of course he took the sheath off the hatchet and dropped it right on the top of the table.
Oh man.
It put like a 3/16 of an inch ding right into it.
Yeah,
Did it
fill
so
land
funny.
blade down or just head down?
Hammer side down.
Hammer side down?
That's something.
Yeah, but it was funny. Like when the kids were little, I would always say to them, "Why are you breaking my house?" Because like I would be doing something and they would be like undoing it over,
Yep.
somewhere over there. It's just, but it's funny. Like you look back at them because my kids are old. And I'm like, holy cow, that was just like the New York Minute.
Blur.
Yeah.
I still currently look around and ask the kids that.
Why are you breaking
like,
stuff?
Why? Why?
Well, they say boys break stuff, girls just break you down emotionally.
Yeah, I can see that too. I got to do
What
it.
they say.
So we've got
I've never heard that.
We've got a big gap between my three sons. My daughter is 8 years younger than my youngest son.
Oh wow,
8 years younger.
So,
that's why
13?
She's 13. Yeah.
13. Yeah.
Yeah, she's 13, and she's great. She's great, and it's funny though. She's not that much of a pain. She's actually not a pain at all, but there's going to
that
be
much of a
potential for. Well, I'm just being
On
real.
a sca-
I
on
mean,
the
She's
boys
got time.
scale, she's great.
She's got time. She's 13. I feel like it's about to
yeah.
get bonkers for you.
yeah, I think you're probably right. It's so funny because I was telling her today, I was like, Olivia, you could do anything you want to do for work. You could be a professional fisherman, make lures, go fishing. So you could actually do that. And she didn't even hear me, but I know she loves to fish. It's just funny.
Kids and their ability to not hear things.
Shoot, you can do things around anything these days, especially with content
I know,
creation and like I get a lot of fishing content. I love fishing. I actually have not gone once this year. I'm super
Really?
excited about it. I love going fishing. It's like
I love
the
fishing,
most
too.
peaceful
Me too.
time for me.
I really enjoy fishing. I haven't been
Dan,
in
next
so
time you're
long.
out here, we're going in a canoe. We're
I
going
like
fishing.
fishing for compliments.
Dan, you look like you
This is
lost a
your
lot
cue.
of weight.
Thank you,
Yeah, and then you found it. Boom.
you son of
Sorry.
a.
Love you.
I haven't been fishing in
probably like 5 years. I love ocean fishing. Like I just love going on a boat and going fishing in the ocean.
Okay, yeah, I've talked about this on past episodes.
You've never discussed this one time. I'm just joking. Go ahead. I don't even know what
My
you're saying.
bucket list item is I still want to go big tuna fishing. I really want to do that.
Dan, sorry to interrupt, but
I'm-
Jake has a great line in the chat. He says I need a big burn permit for that burn.
About his weight.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just had to shout that out. Thanks for joining, Jake.
Corona premiere.
But yeah, no, big tuna fishing, Dan. Let's do it.
You really want to do
serious.
that? That's actually, I'm very surprised that that's something you want to do for no reason. I mean,
That was
it's not
like
a diss at all. I'm
thing
just
for like
surprised you'd want to do
7
that.
episodes we were talking about tuna fishing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was hooked on.
I don't listen to
Wicked
this
Tuna.
show. It is garbage.
It was like 3 show titles were tuna related. Do you
I
remember,
remember
the
when
pre-show
you
where
were
it was
on
just all
Wicked
tuna puns?
Yeah. I do. This show sucks. John, why are you on this?
Oh my god.
That's still one of my bucket list items, boy. You got to throw it out in the
that'd be fun,
universe.
dude.
You never
You
know.
don't get seasick?
Maybe
You
one
don't
of
get
our
sea-
listeners has a tuna boat.
You don't get seasick, Dan?
No,
You
I don't know.
Yeah,
Actually,
you might.
Oh, you don't know? Oh,
You
man.
don't-
I very well
no.
could.
You
Do not
can't
wanna
answer
find
that
out like
question.
that.
Yeah.
I remember.
I'm down to try.
I'm down to clown, huh?
I can drive
No
through the
fun
mountains
being
real
seasick.
fast. So there's
Mike,
that.
that's not the same.
Curvy roads, switchbacks.
No, it's more like this. It's more like this situation on
Yeah.
the boat.
Oh, it's rough.
I once went on a party boat in
Nope.
the Atlantic.
Nope, those are meant to be as stable as possible.
Okay. Well, I drank a lot of
Um,
tequila, and I wasn't stable.
You're never stable. No one expects you to be. We all have baselines for you.
see,
No, listen.
I like the opposite. I like
fishing.
just like, sorry, I just like canoe because like it's chill. It's flat.
Oh
Sitting
no,
there,
that's
nice
fun
and
too, for
quiet.
sure.
Ocean fishing.
No, that's for sure. River fishing is great. Have you ever
River
been fly
fishing.
fishing?
I'm not fly enough to do that.
How
no.
do you catch a
I'm a-
fly?
I'm a half-ass fly fisherman. I
Oh,
can
man.
do it, but I'm not good at it.
I think it looks
I went
really
on
cool,
a-
but like,
I went on a fly fishing tour. I guess I don't know. I had never done it, and we went up to
With a
Montana
guide.
with a guide. Thank you.
Yeah.
Went with a guide. It was like 6 of us or something. We went up to Montana and did fly fishing up there. It was for like 5 days. That
Very
was
small
amazing.
bait for flies.
You know what's so wonderful about fly fishing or fishing on a river is it's a combination of fishing and hiking because you don't
Right.
stay in the same spot.
Right.
Isn't that, I don't know if any of you guys follow Chris from Third Coast Craftsman. Doesn't he do
Chris Schoenberg's
fly
great.
fishing tours
Does he really?
does he really?
I don't
or
know.
guides or something? Yeah, I think he does. On the
I
side.
remember meeting him at WorkbenchCon 2020, and I don't know that there's a more humble person on the planet than that guy. It's
Yeah,
just
he's
like
great
the
to
most
talk
humble
to.
guy in the world. Anyway, I did not know he did that, Dan. That's really cool.
Yeah, I know that's like one of his hobbies. I mean, he's had it in his videos. I know.
I
I'm
believe you. That's
sorry,
cool.
I know we have John here, but that just reminded me of that.
guys, I have an idea. We should do an AWP themed tuna fishing trip. We
Yes.
sell tickets.
Guy,
In
guided
Nebraska.
tuna fishing.
There's no tuna in Nebraska. We talked.
I'll throw cans of tuna in the Missouri River. It'll be super fun.
I don't think you need to do that. I think that's
Get your
already
nets.
there.
magnet fishing for tuna. Well, I found
Magnet
a
fishing
gun
for
in
cans
water.
of tuna.
Show title.
Oh, yeah.
No, that sounds horrible, Dan. I don't like that idea. Let's go to the ocean.
Come on. Live a little. Live on the edge.
All right, fine.
Only corn tuna in Nebraska.
Yeah.
That's
Or just
accurate.
go, AWP
That's more
con
accurate
and we'll
than,
do some
than
fishing.
I'd like to admit.
But Dan, next time you come out
AWP con.
for Maker Camp, just come out a day or two early. We'll go fishing.
I planned on it.
Yeah.
I'm going to come out there and you're going to want to kick me out. It's
And
gonna
see,
be
the
awesome.
reason I like to bring a canoe too is because you can drop a cooler in the center of it, and you can just take your time. Put a trolling motor on her. You don't have to even,
You can't have a cooler on any other boat?
I mean, kayak is a little small, and but it's it's nice and quiet. You just coast.
Okay.
All you hear is just of a can opening. It's great.
What was that, Pete? I didn't. Your mic cut
It's
out.
a
What was
one-time
that?
thing.
Okay. You're not gonna do it again. I can't trick you. All right.
Next time I
Whatever.
open a beer, I'm gonna do it extra loud by the mic.
Yeah, just or whatever it was. Okay.
Bow, bow.
It's always sunny in Philadelphia or something. Cool. Well, you guys want to call the pre-show and
Yeah.
regroup for the main show?
Let's do the
Yeah,
main show.
might as well. I mean,
do.
we got into tuna talk again, so we need to cut this off.
You know what's bad when we're talking about tuna. All right, guys. Thanks for joining us. We'll see y'all next week. Next week, we don't have Mike, right?
No, I'm not here next week again.
We're going to need another guest
We'll
host.
probably have a secret guest host. We're not going to keep it secret. We'll just announce it once we find
We'll keep it a
someone.
secret until the day
Someone
of,
worthy.
and you'll deal with it.
No,
Hey,
I think it's a bad idea.
John, what are you doing next
Announce
week?
it earlier.
All right, guys. We'll see y'all next week. Take care. Bye.
See you guys. Thanks for watching.
guys.
Bye-bye.